Okay, guys. So everyone here, welcome. We've got Heather again with us today, and she's actually gonna kind of treat me in showing off some really cool tools with really kind of customizing the site, right? Just maybe making it more your own and
Mm-hmm.
showing off some features with some third-party tools with Canva and stuff like that. Is that right
Yeah.
there, Heather?
Yes, sir. Yeah, so I wanted to kind of show you guys. I'm going to start by sharing my screen. And I'm sharing the wrong screen. So there's that. If you wanted to look at tigers. Everybody sees my Canva here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. So I wanted to start with your website. And up in the top here, you have different places you can send people, kind of your custom navigation. And if you want to make the most of this navigation, you can have, different things up here, but you can also nest things underneath them. So like, for instance, the resources, which is, I think, already programmed in, there's that kind of thing, but you can also do your own topics and nest them underneath
Mm-hmm.
by making some custom pages. So I'm going to show you first how to make the custom pages, and then I'm going to show you how to nest them underneath each other. So let's say that you wanted to make some custom, maybe a list of all of your partners that you work with. Like here's all the people that I work with for mortgages, or here's all the people that I work with for you have a leak in your roof, or if you need your plumbing done, or whatever that might be. And so you would want to go to your Web at IDX, and you're going to go down here to your custom pages. So right now there's a video testimonial page, which is showing up right here. I'm going to turn that off actually, but you could do that obviously. But so what you can do is you can add a new page. So let's say we're going to add a page about our handyman. And the category is going to be, whatever the category is what's going to show up on your navigation. So it might be, partners or vendors, or you can decide what you want it to say. So you can either select the category or make the category. So we're making the category here. And now here is where you can type in, my vendors. You could type in different things and add some pictures if you want to, but it's not super, pretty. It's just kind of there. But if you want to make something really pretty, you can go to Canva, and I love pretty things. And so basically, let's say that I want to make they have all these, like I know I said yesterday, they have all these different, so let's say you're making a list, right? And so here's all of my handymen. So maybe I'm going to make it, just going to find a template that I like you don't have to go get crazy here. I don't like that one at all. Delete that. No, delete the whole thing. Maybe this one. Okay, so we could say trusted handyman. And then you could say this could be, Joe Roofer with roofing Inc. And this could be Sam Plummer with Inc. And we'll make a girl because girls can do these things too. Jane Cleaner. That's so horrible. That's very sexist. Jane Cleaner with cleaning services. You might have to make it bigger. You might have to make it cleaning. I don't know. Make it fit. Obviously, you can make it do whatever you want. And then what's another one? Someone who and mover. Moving ink. And then you can take this and you can take this whole button and you can go up into you can group it. And once you group it, it's together now, right? And you can set up a link for it. So you find the URL of the roofing company and you would put the link right there. And I don't want it to be underlined because I don't think it looks pretty, so I'm gonna stop that there. So then I'm gonna group this one and Roto-Rooter. And so on and so forth. I make it into that one? Oopsies.
Anne asked us a question here, Heather.
Yes, ma'am.
She asked us, how did we group it? Just want to maybe repeat that process. You probably just showed me and I wasn't even looking.
So there's the box behind it, and then there's the text in front of it. And if you select both things and they're both selected, I'm sorry, I'm going fast. I shouldn't do that.
No.
If you hit group, now they're all one thing.
Gotcha. Roofing has got the I before the F. Thanks for spotting that, Gina Marie. There you go.
So Jane Cleaner. We're gonna make that link there. So I did it on Roto-Rooter, it needs to be there. Companies. And group it, link it. Okay, so now, oops, underline. Now you've got this very pretty thing and you've got all of your links in here. So then what you want to do is you want to go back over to share. And normally when you're working in Canva, you would download it. But what you want to do is you want to go to more and you want to go to embed. And then, yes, I want to embed this. And this is code. So, you know, like I'm no coder. I could not make your website if I tried, but I can make something pretty in Canva and you can get the embed code right here. So you're going to copy the embed code. You're going to go back to kvCORE and you're going to go to this little embed code. You're going to just put it in there. And now it's there. And all of the links will work. The links follow it. Incidentally, and I want you to be very careful about this, should you go in and edit this embed code is live. So if you edit it, the edits will be reflected on your page going forward. So you can just edit here. You don't have to keep redoing it, but also save this in your Canva account and don't mess with it, because if you mess with it, it will also change it there. So that's just something to be super aware of. Okay, and so then go back here and I'm gonna save it. Oh, let's see, did I do anything wrong here? Nope, save. So I've got my handyman one. And then let's say I want to make a page of, let's say, what's another type of thing partner? Maybe you're going to do all your lenders. And then You could, you've already made the category of your partners. So you're going to say, I want partners to be my category. And same thing, you're going to go back to Canva and you're going to say, list. And maybe this one you do this pretty one. No. This one right here, and you say, trusted vendors. And then I'm not going to go through and do this again because we just did it with the last one, but you'd have all this and you'll say you changed it all out. And again, you'd go to share, you go to more, you go to embed, copy, go back to kvCORE and put that guy in and save it. So now you've got handymen and lenders under the partner category. And if you look back at the website, oopsies. Now you have handymen and lenders here, but you don't want that. You want them nestled under each other so that it's like a drop down like these are. So the way that you do that is you go down to your Web and IDX. And you edit your settings. You scroll all the way down because there's so many settings. And here, so this is your custom navigation that we talked about. And so here's your custom navigation pages search. So you can either do it as pages, which we don't want. We want categories. So we want our custom navigation to have a category instead of the page. So we're going to hit save. So now this should do it. Yay. And so now you have partners, now you have handymen and lenders as two different things underneath your partners nested down.
Very interesting.
So that's what I had there. Questions?
So Anne was just maybe wondering if you could re-show her how to get the link in the wording there, how you set it up with the first partners group. With
how I set up the category?
How you got the link inserted in by the Canva post.
Oh, how I made in making the actual page, the custom page.
Yeah, when you were creating the Canva page, how did you get those links in there again? How did you insert them?
Oh, the links here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so basically we're going to take this guy and up here there's just a little link.
Okay.
So right now
I'm sorry, she's referring to the grouping. I misunderstood. How did you?
Okay. So when you make your custom pages, you have a page title and you have a page category. So like if I was to make a new page, so I made the partner the category and the titles are different. So if I was to make a new page that I wanted to be under partners, like it could be title companies, I would choose the category of partners. And then when I made it, that would also show up under your partners. Does that answer the question?
I'm hoping that does, but Anne, if that's not answering your question, just let us know. I could allow you to talk as well if you want to maybe just unmute yourself, maybe go over some more detail. But in terms of everything that we just did here, Heather, I just want to kind of point to some of the key areas. We built out the custom page first, right? We laid it out so that we could insert the content into it. And then from that standpoint, we went over to Canva and we created that entirely unique, what would you call it? Just like a customized image or how would you relay the label to that?
I'm just going to answer Anne again. She said the simple task of grouping in Canva.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
real fast.
In Canva.
So like these two things right here, this is a box, right?
Okay.
And this is the
wording.
the wording. And if you just drag and select both of them, so they're both selected together, and then just click the group, now it's all one thing.
And so from this step is where you created that
And
Canva
then,
page.
yeah. So we created the Canva page, and once you have it created, you just, instead of downloading it, I mean, you could download this and then upload it as a picture into,
If you
but
upload it
then
as
none
a,
of the links will work,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So that's why doing it through Canva, it makes it pretty, and the links will all work as well.
But it's important to note as well, guys, if you ever change that page on Canva, if you ever change the content, it does reflect on your website as well, because it's using the source code, right? It's a live feed.
Correct. It's a live feed. And so in Canva, you can have folders, and I would make like a folder, say this is my kvCORE pages or something, and put those in that folder so that you never mess with them otherwise, or you know where to find them if you do want to mess with them in the future. Otherwise, they'll just be down Canva all the way down.
Now, how about getting a video into some custom pages? Are you aware of how to maybe get that done there?
You can totally easily do a video into custom pages, and I think the video testimonials might,
well, there you go.
have one in there already. But basically, you again will use your embed code, but instead of using, so like let's say we wanted to do a bunch of testimonials. So I'm going to go to YouTube. You have to upload to YouTube first.
Okay.
And so let's say I want to put this this particular one on YouTube. Then I would just go to share, embed, and that's that embed code right there.
Does can I ask, does Canva allow for videos on their material and stuff?
Yes, but not in the way that you're probably thinking. Well, I don't know. I've never tried it. Let's try it.
Right.
I know that you can.
Upload your own videos.
Yeah, I guess you could.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, you could upload your upload your own video. It's me talking, and then you could put your video in.
That's really cool. And it doesn't even have to be from YouTube either.
Right. I've never tried to embed a video with, I'm going to try it. I'm going to give it a go.
Oh man, this is cool.
I don't want to download. Oh, you know, you might not be able to, well, maybe. Embed.
Interesting.
Make this a video testimonial. My name on there. I see I can't spell my own name. You like that? It's the typing. I never learned to type.
Hey there, Julia. If you guys are wondering where you guys can find a recording of these videos, we will have them on our Google document here. I'm going to reshare this right now. However, we will get these uploaded to YouTube and post these to our Facebook accounts as well, our Inside Real Estate discussion group. So if you're ever wondering where to find them, the fastest way, it's going to be through that link there. I'm going to have this recording uploaded there for you later today. And then you'll be able to view, oh, this is awesome. You'll be able to view the recording as well on YouTube at a later point. So you got the video on there.
If you wanted to have all, yeah, it works. You could have like a little info, you know, you could do video testimonials from your people, have a little, you know, in Canva, you could do, you know, say, there was a great client. We sold her home over asking, and found her retirement home super quick. Or whatever. And now, let's see what, oh, well, we didn't do it. Let's see. See how
Awesome.
it changed right there. We didn't have to do anything to kvCORE. You
Very
changed it in
cool.
Canva and it was live and it came over. So now if we wanted to put our video testimonials up here, we go back and do the same thing. And add. Video testimonials in there too and save it. Now, refresh. Now it's there. So now we've got that. We've got that. And actually, the other reason that other one's not showing is because I turned it off. But if I turn this one back on, that will also should show up now under video testimonials. Yeah, those 2 pages already. So that's how you nest them and add them.
Cool.
And make them.
And then Heather, you're probably going to hate me for this, but I want to know, can you embed the video from YouTube into it though? I'm just wondering.
Into the Canva?
Yeah.
Don't know. Never tried. I don't think so. I don't know where. Well, let's see. Oh. Try it.
Oh, there you go. That's kind of
I
strange.
don't know if
Hey, there we go. Wow. All right, this is cool.
I guess you can. And that would probably be nicer if you wanted to drive traffic to your YouTube channel. But then it's going to open in YouTube instead of playing right there on your screen. So it's kind of just, you gotta have to decide. I think for the testimonials, you probably want it to just play right there. But if it was like YouTube videos and you're trying to get your YouTube going, you might want to drop in your YouTube link instead. There's 2 meetings going on at once.
Really? In terms of like another training, because that might be the case there. Sometimes we do have training overlap.
You are being drowned out by others. Maybe you have it open twice. Maybe you have it open twice on your. On your.
That's very strange. Is anyone else experiencing this? Yeah, Anne's saying it's good on hers, same on Gail's. So Alan, it looks like you might be logged into 2 Zoom meetings.
Okay.
Yeah. Scared me for a second. I thought somebody was trying to steal the Zoom meeting from us.
Does anybody have any questions I can answer on this, or?
Yeah, guys, any questions about the website settings, custom pages? Because these are really useful tools. We're just kind of showing up with these ways to embellish and kind of make your site more fleshed out to your standards, you know. So if you want to build up your website, this is a great place to start, just building out some custom pages. And I mean, honestly, Heather just did that in 10 minutes. You know, like she built out a website with no coding knowledge, no expertise in website development. She just went to Canva. She used her website tools here in kvCORE and created it. Now, I did share a link earlier there, guys. I'm going to reshare it again with a link to our article on how to build out those custom pages. So you have some step-by-step guides. All righty. So make sure to view that. But other than that there, guys, is there anything else that springs to mind? If
or anything
not,
else at all?
yeah,
A question about something totally different.
If not, there is also something else I'd maybe like to add on to some of
Sure.
these custom pages. Heather, do you want to show them how they can maybe utilize their landing pages for some of this as well? Maybe setting
Yeah.
people up for like, hey, do you want to receive a free market report for such and such city? Or maybe utilize a
Yeah.
landing page to sign people up on your monthly newsletter, you know?
I'm gonna brag on one of my people here. Let's find her. So Megan does a newsletter every month
Okay.
with a core video in it. And every month she posts it to here, Instagram, LinkedIn, post the video. And let's find it because it wasn't too long ago. Right here. She posted the video and said, don't miss out on my monthly newsletter. I share videos like this and real estate tips, market stats. She always has like a community event or something that she can do. But right here, we had made her a landing page to sign up for her newsletter. And so she posts that every time she posts her newsletter video every month, she posts it with that link.
Okay.
So if you wanted to have that link in your custom navigation, like let's say
Mm-hmm.
you wanted to have new page, and it's going to be a new category, which is going to be my newsletter. Oh, Heather, news. Try it again. News. My newsletter. Really, I'm just gonna do get my. Actually, I'll just do my newsletter.
Yeah.
And then here, instead of having a page, we want it to go to the landing page. So instead, we're going to send them to an external link. So the link would go here, and then we would save it. Now, I'm pretty sure that I have to add it to the settings.
There we go.
Because you cannot, can you do both? I think you can actually.
You can, yeah.
Yeah. So actually, I don't want it. If I did it here, it's going to make a drop. It's going to have my
The
newsletter.
drop
It's going
down.
to have a drop down of my newsletter. But if I do it here, it will just only have my newsletter.
Yeah.
So I don't have to make, it doesn't have to drop down.
I see. There
So
you go.
my newsletter.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's going to go to the landing page. Now, incidentally, what we did for her was once they signed up for this, we attached a hashtag when we made the landing page of newsletter sign up. And then we went into, I'm not in her kvCORE, but what we did was we made a smart campaign that automatically sends. So hashtag is, it was, newsletter sign up.
Gotcha.
And
good way to put it.
And then when they do that, it'll automatically send them the latest newsletter.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, then after that, they'll get it just because she has it set up. So she has it. Did I not make that? Send. There it is.
Oh, you misspelled
she has
it.
it set up so that she has it set up so that anybody with a valid email gets her newsletter. So they'll get it going forward, but we should already sent the email out for that month. So it's they're gonna get it automatically. So we're just gonna say, send. Now the thing about this is you have to remember, it might be newsletter for October, run immediately, add. Every time she runs her newsletter, she comes in here and changes the template to the latest newsletter so that it will always get the same newsletter. So that was just a little add on there.
Now, got some questions coming in. Doesn't seem to be too much with what we talked about here, but Anne was looking to ask about Facebook ads and linking Facebook ebook to boost the kvCORE. Are you aware of anything like that, Anne? Or I'm sorry, Heather.
Ebook.
I was, yeah, the Facebook ebook at all.
I
Are
don't
you
know what a
familiar with that?
Facebook ebook is.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I
Well,
don't have that, but I will make a note of it and look into it.
yeah, we'll come back around to that. We did have another question coming in from Giulio. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name there, but you have a question, maybe not so much related to what we were talking about how and what is the difference, for an example, with a team for your brokerage. All right, a team wants to use the kvCORE team add-on tool, the core team add-on. Okay, and how about if they use it without the team add-on? So a little bit phrased, I would say this phrased kind of strangely, but what I'm getting here is that you're just kind of trying to understand what comes along with the core team add-on, what's included, why you would want this. Would you mind just heading over to the marketplace tab real quick here, Heather, and
Sure.
just bringing up the core team add-on? So this is a product that is great for, I would say, I wouldn't say a big group of agents, but maybe between what, 5 to 15 users.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the ideal situation that it would be used for. And the benefits from it is that you are provided in a completely separate team domain. Okay, that team domain will be associated with the same MLSs that the office is. But what's added onto it is that the agents will be under the team and not just the office. So those agents are in a unique ecosystem within themselves. The agents and the team itself get an additional smart number, the tools that go along with the team website, such as landing pages, squeeze pages, and overall functionality. And then, of course, you could have someone be a team admin in owning those leads. Now, following that, is it necessary for agents to have? No, not always. I would actually only recommend it if the brokerage is maybe a bit larger, or maybe you guys have a close-knit group of agents where they continuously work with each other, where they share leads, they go as co-listing agents quite often, something along those lines. But other than that, I feel like if you have your team or your office there already set up with kvCORE, you guys can still interact with each other without a team. Your agents can share leads, they can work the leads together. It's not necessary. However, I would only recommend a team. I might not be the best person to offer the presentation on this, but I would recommend a team if you have a group of agents willing to work with each other on a very consistent basis that do not need to rely on the broker. That's maybe the best way I could put it. Is there anything that you might want to add to that there, Heather?
Yeah, I mean, I think if you bought it, like if you bought kvCORE in your small office, you probably don't need the team. But if you're
Mm-hmm.
under like an umbrella of like EXP nationally or something,
Mm-hmm.
and you want to, and it's good for branding too, to kind of separate yourself from the overall,
Yeah.
brokerage. So you have your own, website, you've got your own, lead routing, because if you're, I think for me, if you're paying for leads, like you're
Mm-hmm.
doing advertising, you're doing whatever, you want to be able to send those leads different places, and you want to be able to route things the way you want to route them to the people just on your team. I think that's one of the biggest advantages of it. Instead of just like sharing it over, and you want to be able to track that, you want to be able to see who's working your leads. Like if you're running an actual team, is totally different than if you're just,
Yeah. So he kind of added on to this. He doesn't think that maybe the agents really need this, and I would say that's probably the case. And most of the time too, Heather, correct me if I'm wrong, but really you should just say if the agents want it, they should get it. Don't leave it up to the broker to get the core team add-on, because
oh, right, yeah,
it's the agents that are going to be taking charge with that team.
yeah.
There's no reason for you as the company admin, as the account owner of a kvCORE
Mhm.
platform, to purchase this in addition to what
Yeah.
you've already provided the agents.
Yeah, I think it's like a little small team of three, and they're all kind of on
Hmm.
equal. Whatever is different than when you're running a team and you've got to do some like accountability settings and lead routing settings and those kinds of things, that's a totally different animal than just, the three of you kind of working together a lot, or something like that.
Okay. And also I would say let's jump back a second. Alan mentioned something to Anne about the fact that yesterday you did go over in great deal, Heather, about the Facebook ads and stuff. So just want to mention that recording is up on that Google document link. You guys can review it if you want to jump into that. Following that, though, any kind of ideas or anything added on to your topic there, Anne, please just let us know. Alan, you brought up another thing as well. Editing the content within the smart campaigns. Do you want to show them how to do that, or should I there, Heather?
I can do that.
All right.
So when you got a smart campaign going, let's say it's this guy, right? Let's see, active buyer, default active buyer. I'm going to do this one because that's default new lead buyer. That's the one we want. And you preview this and you say, that's just saying that, let's see, something that's sent to the, none of these are sent to the lead.
How do you mean? I just saw a text going from the agent to the contact.
Oh, I was looking here from instead of to. You got it. Okay, so we're sending a text to this guy and you preview the text and you say, thank you for inquiring. And you're like, I don't want to write that at all. So you have two options. You can totally just delete this out. And actually, you can't delete this out because this is a locked campaign. But if you clone it, and you make, now you're allowed to edit it. So you can say, okay, I want to edit this. You can't edit. So how do I say this? You can't edit what this says. You can only edit what template you're using. So if you don't like that one, you have to make a different one. So you'd have to go back into your templates and say, minute 7, I want to say this. And then you could choose, minute 7 edit might be the name. So let me go back here. So we go to templates and we go add text template. Minute edit. It's like, you want to buy a house? Whatever you want to say. You want it to be, you decided I want this to say this instead, and you add the template. So then back in my campaigns, you go to the default new lead buyer copy, which should probably be this one right here that we just copied, so you can edit it. And you say, minute 7, I don't want it to do this one. I want it to do minute 7, edit. That's the, hey, you want to buy a house instead. And then you can update it. And now that's what that will say instead. If that makes sense. So you can't edit it within the campaign. You have to edit the template or make a different template and choose that new template.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for explaining that. Now, just cutting back to these templates, guys, you can build out as many as you want. The one big piece I just kind of like to state here, if you didn't create or build out the template or the campaign, it's just a good rule of thumb. Remember, in order to edit that same copy, you would need to clone it. Remember that, guys. If you want to edit what's already said, maybe just add more into it. You can't edit the original, but you can make a copy of it and then edit that copy. Alrighty. Some other questions have come in here, and it looks like she's kind of added more to the issue there with the Facebook boost. It says she ran a boosted ad on Facebook with a landing page. In the analytics, it said we had 11 clicks, but nothing was in kvCORE. I assume because I boosted a landing page, if anyone clicked through with an email, I would have gotten that, so it would be in the platform. No, you are correct. Okay, but let's continue on. So perhaps they clicked on the photo in Facebook, but no one actually clicked through to the website. Yes, that's exactly what happened. So clicks are just that. Clicks are clicks. Somebody clicks on something on a website, that's registered, but it's not taking their information. Okay. Sometimes there are places or certain ads that will do that. But if you are guiding the leads to your landing page in order for them to, get the information and to be collected, they need to input their information on there. So you're correct in assuming all of that there, Anne. Following up. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I just wanted to say, and I said this yesterday, anytime you're running any kind of ad where you're asking for information, your give has to be better than your ask. So you're asking for their information. You have to be giving them something better than that. And if your landing page is going, I would be curious as to what you were offering them. I would run an ad. I wouldn't use a landing page normally in a Facebook ad unless I'm offering them something really, really good that they're signing up for. Otherwise, I would use a squeeze page. I think that is much, much more effective. So if you're doing an ad, if you're doing a landing page for a list of homes, I wouldn't do a landing page. I would do a squeeze page so that they can see the list of homes when they click. So they click and they see all these homes and they're like, ooh, all these homes. I want to look at these homes. And then it asks them to register. You're going to get a much higher follow-through rate because they've kind of got a little taste. You're offering a water saving list. Yeah, I mean, it's not, a water saving list is a nice thing to give away. I think that's something you just give away. No one's going to give you their information to get that kind of information back. They're just going to look up how to save water on the internet. Like they don't need to give you their phone number and email for something like that. So, it's just not a good, it's not a good spend. There's not a good ad spend. You could do it to do like, if you wanted to just do like brand awareness and you're giving that away and people can just download it and they see that they're getting it from you and you made a really pretty water saving thing with your name and your email and your information and you're just going to give it to them. I would do that because it's branding and it's good for you, but no one I don't think is going to actually sign up for something like that.
Yeah, maybe what you could do there instead is guide the leads back to, like, we're just taking it full circle right now here, Heather, but build out like a custom page with all of that information on it, with all like the the water saving tools and stuff, and guide the leads directly there through the ad. Okay. But maybe at the bottom of that page you include a link to the landing page or something like that to say sign up for more monthly updates on this and other information with like saving water or other pieces there. It could be something that you might want to try, because then they're just going to get the info. You're giving them the info. They like it. They want more of it. They're going to sign up. And then all of a sudden you've got that lead. So,
right. And you're sending them to your website that has, like they're, let's say it's the custom page like this and it has the water saving tips, but right over here is a property search for them.
Yeah.
And that will force a sign up.
Yeah.
And so, that alone, I think is a great, and the other thing I like to put on, I don't know if everybody, and we're going totally off topic here, but in your embeds, this seller valuation, the your free at home instant value. A lot of times if they're wanting to do water saving, they probably own a house. And if you take this and put that embed code at I put it at the bottom of almost every custom page that I have, every blog post that I do, because it's just one more place where they can, put their address in and maybe they're going to do that. So you could have this whole pretty thing about water saving and, hey, oh, by the way, if you want to know what your home is worth, go here and you just put that embed code in and it will make that in there too. I always like to add those to things.
We got another question coming with any ideas how to do a lead magnet with Facebook or Instagram and emails like freebies and have it connected with kvCORE. Any ideas there, Heather?
Again, I think that like if you want to collect emails or any other information, I know it's just the best thing you can do is offer them a list of homes or an actual, a listing.
Yeah,
It,
just put it in
it's
front of their face.
right.
Just
Exactly. Again, like there's all sorts of other things you can offer them, but most of those things are not worth their information.
mhm.
I'm not saying don't offer it, but maybe don't make them sign up for it because it's social media is a long-term thing. If you're constantly giving people good information, they're going to follow you and they're going to look to you for that information. And then when it comes
Mhm.
time for them to buy their house or sell their house, you're going to be on their mind. It's
Yeah,
not an actual, like, they're going to sign up as a lead situation. But if you're continuously putting out good information for them, that's on Instagram, on Facebook, and that kind of thing, that's not a bad thing. And you don't always have to get a lead off of it
that's
if you're
true.
consistent with it,
Mhm.
um, in
Can
my
I
opinion.
can I add to something there,
Yeah.
Heather? So I want to just ask everyone, and I want to kind of test everyone's knowledge about this because I heard this from legit real estate agents and stuff like this. But what do you think the average lifespan of a brand new lead is? Do you know? Do you have an idea, Heather?
Well, I always say an internet lead is about 6 to 18 months away from a transaction.
Bam, right there. That's it. That's the answer. 6 to 18 months. So, and if you're looking at these leads right now, and even if they were to come in, right, that's 6 months on average till you're going to see some kind of turnaround with it. On average, it's not always the case. You might get somebody that comes in and in 2 weeks they're ready to sell, but for the majority of it, it takes a long time. 6 to 18 months for an industry average of getting a new lead to either buy or sell with you is a long period in between your return on investment. So what I'm going to say about this is the consistency part and what Heather just talked about is key. The fact that you're just showing the information, putting it out there, getting people to see it, having traffic go back to you, that will make the difference. It's
Mhm.
not just like, oh, I threw out the ad and I expected something within 2 weeks. It's never that simple.
Mhm.
But when you have a pipeline that's been built up for those 6 to 18 months, all of a sudden it's just going to start trickling in. And before you guys know it, you're probably going to be hating yourself because you just don't have that much time in the day, right? But with all that said, what Heather said, with Heather's answer there, guys, I do like what you mentioned as well, Alan, as long as it takes to close. In an ideal world, every kind of new lead that you get, you're going to close with them. But hey, in a more realistic sense, just make sure that you guys are keeping on top of what you need to do. Section off time of the days to manage some of this, right? I mean,
Mhm.
me and Heather have just been sitting with you now for almost an hour building out these custom pages. If you guys took that amount of time just once a week, maybe an hour or two to create some custom pages, landing pages, or maybe setting up some Canva images. I mean, those are really cool by the way. But following up with this, when you have everything set aside, have it built out, maybe create a couple of blogs here and there, if you're just keeping up with the consistency part, feeding information, the reason why people don't have a big active following on Twitter and Instagram and social media is because they're not active. If you guys are active with your sites, your tools, your social media, they will come. It's just as simple as that. People will follow you.
Mhm.
Right. So another thing here, business analytics. Can you show who you're letting fall through the cracks? I just learned about
Well,
this today.
I have
Okay,
not,
there you
I
go.
have none in mind because it's a dummy account, but yeah. Um, your consumer interest, this is nothing, but it will kind of tell you who is, what people are doing, what lead generation is working. I mean, it really is, what properties are hot that people are looking, what pages you're getting the most capture on. Again, because this is just my dummy account and I don't run a bunch of stuff out of it, there's nothing in here, but you'll find that that's actually, it does really, really well. And the kvCORE activity, I tell
Mhm.
people to go here all the time and look at your unengaged leads.
Yeah, that's a big
This will
one.
show you who doesn't have a search alert, who doesn't have a market report, and who doesn't have a campaign.
Mhm.
Everybody should have these. Maybe not
Yes.
your sphere needs a search alert, but even your sphere, like, I don't know, like
Yeah.
if you want to be real specific, like if your sphere, person in your sphere lives in a certain neighborhood, you
Yeah.
can use the map thing and just draw like right around their house. And every once in a while, something around their house comes up for sale. That's not, they want to know that. I want to know that if my neighbor
Yeah.
is selling their house, whether or not I want to sell or not.
Yeah.
So I would be real thoughtful with your search alerts for your sphere. But other than that, anybody could get a market report, find out what's happening in their market. And everybody should be on some kind of campaign.
What's funny about that, Heather, Kelly the other day was talking about search alerts, and she kind of said go the opposite with your sphere, not keeping it personal at all. She mentioned like setting people up on like a search alert for like a $10 million home, right? Just like a friend or family member, somebody that you might know, and just to say like, hey guys, I'm going to show you all of like the most expensive listings in our area, right? Just to have fun. And
make me sad.
Right, exactly. But it gets them thinking, right? Like, oh man, I wish I had that as my dream home. But still, if you're driving the engagement, there's always some kind of reason that you can have that piece of engagement with them. So I like it though, the fact that you were going really personal with it, saying, hey, do you want to just get up
you can do
search
both.
alert? Yeah,
you can
do
put
both.
two search alerts in there.
Yeah. two separate ones.
Real crazy.
Yeah, get everyone set up on like a Beverly Hills home search alert just so they can see where all the big Hollywood stars live, and then maybe another one is just like right by the beach where their dream home should be. Or maybe they just have like the typical, oh, I'm just trying to figure out what my neighborhood is going for these days. I mean, it could just be something as simple as that.
Yeah. In fact, I had a friend of mine set me up on an alert. He uses kvCORE. He's one of my, well, it's my best friend's husband, because I always talk about how I want a walk-in pantry, like always. And so as a joke, he set it up for me, but I look at them every time.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's
his dream home. It's like super difficult not to. I have myself set up on a search alert through my demo account here, and I look at the listings too. It just happens. You just do it.
Yep, for sure.
So with that said, guys, I think now's a good point to see if there are any last minute questions. Otherwise, I do want to thank Heather again for being here today. I was really surprised. I thought I was going to have to take this over, but thank you again. And then everyone, if you have any other questions, just let us know. If not, feel free to head on off, be on the lookout. You can jump into that Google Doc to view the recording. And we'll also have this posted on YouTube, either later today or by tomorrow. It does take a while to get these processed through the whole YouTube setup and everything. So appreciate that though. Again, Heather, you want to say anything?
No, that's it. It was a pleasure as always. Thanks, Christian.
Very welcome. Alrighty, guys. Well, with that being said, I hope you all have a great day. Stay safe, be healthy, have a great weekend. All right. And we'll be back with this same training series on Monday with another speaker. All righty, guys.